Hello, I'm going to visit with you about accessing the standards program that is a part of our FileMaker Pro suite that is installed on all of your computers. The easiest way to get into this is to use this data portal dashboard that we have. If you do not have that on your desktop, the easiest thing to do is to go to an October 8th email from Jeff Droege with the subject line of FMP dashboard file. You can click and drag this out to your desktop if you so desire. So if we open that data dashboard, the data portal here, we are going to use this standards program that's shown here. I open that up. Now all of you have direct access to this. You do not need a password to get into it. We simply are going to open it right up and you'll get directly into it. Now it comes up, the way it's pre-sorted is with science at the beginning, and we just that's just what is there. So to get into what you need and the subject that you would want to use, you're going to want to perform a find. To do that, you can just click on this find set. Now the keyboard shortcut for that is going to, on a Mac computer, is going to be Command F, but if you just click on here it'll have the same effect, and you can search for your subject, standard number, or any keywords that you might know of that's in the standards to search for what you were looking for. So let's say, for example, we're going to look at 8th grade language arts. So I'm just going to type in LA 8 and leave it at that, and there you'd find all the 8th grade language arts standards. So let's say yours is not a set of state standards. What are you going to do? Well, there are some that came as default standards that are in here. And so again, we're just going to perform that find, and let's say, for example, we're going to look up a vocational class. So for example, ag or family consumer science, and so we click on VOC for vocational education, and here again you see a set of default items that were put in here. It is very possible that these are not standards or items that you would in fact teach. This is just something that came with the program when we purchased it. So that is something I will get into and explain how you can get in and use this for you. But for now I'm going to go back into those language arts ones, and I'm going to go into the high school language arts. So I'm going to go LA 12 because those are actually 12th grade standards. Now you'll note here that we see the subject area, and within that subject area you might find where it's showing that it's on the NISA test. So this 1215A is on the NISA at a depth of knowledge of 1 with 2 to 4 items, plus it's on the MAP assessment. So we know that's going to be one that's pretty important for us to make sure students are learning it. Same thing with this one. We have this here. Now, you will also then note that we have this curriculum strategy template, the information that you have previously worked on. Anything that we could find and identify that Donna had, she went in and has typed it already in and added to it. And so here's the information that we would have had that came from that curriculum strategy template that you would have already filled out. So let's say this isn't correct and it isn't what you need it to be. Well, here it is, simple, edit. So you can come in and edit this. You can click on edit and you can actually type in here and change any of these or add to it. The goal is to make this a living document that you all have access to, that you could all get into and actually use for your courses. So we go back to the list, and you will see here that you also have an edit piece here. Now, it is possible that you may need to change the standard number and change the actual standard, but for now let's not worry necessarily about that, but take a look at how we can do this. We click on edit, and we saw that that 1215B was being hit in 9th grade on the course that we have here. So again, there's a default set that are in there. You may not need to use any of those. We simply can put in 9th, we can simply type into there 9th grade language arts, for example. And so then you can add what course these are being taught in. And that deletes just as easy. This is a very simple program to use. You can certainly always ask if you have any questions. If there's anything that you need from me, more instructions will be coming out of what I'm going to ask you to do with this program. But certainly get a hold of me if you have questions on how to use it. Thank you and good night.